Dragon Ball. I believe who you have seen Dragon Ball will never forget this combat detector device. So, during your childhood, have you ever wished to own one of these? If you're not, I do. And I actually put it on my Christmas wish list when I was 7 years old. Because I think that if Raditz, this comic character, doesn't have this glass, he will never find out that a farmer armed with a machine gun will have only 5 combat power. So, this glass has enhanced his sixth sense so he can predict his oppositions more accurately and precisely. Now, imagine if we have this glass in our real life. You can see through someone just by a flick of finger. Isn't it twice the result half the effort? I think you will agree with me that entrepreneur is a doer, right? Why not together we start thinking to make it happen in real life? Fortunately, we are now in the generations of data technology. It has opened and provided us a very good entry point to enhance or empower our sixth sense, especially on the basis of machine learning. Exploring the hidden truth of ourselves by analyzing our facial expressions, our human behavior, and I call it the future sixth sense. So, machine learning. Machine learning is an incredible invention. It can predict your next move and also increase the probability of making right decisions at the right time in a specific field. For instance, we collect the tremendous amount of competition video and pictures of a professional ping pong player. I think most of you will know who it is, right? Zhang Jike. And then through machine learning, we can actually train an amateur player like myself or even a machine to understand the technique of ping pong like no one else. Isn't it incredible? And next, you're going to ask me how we're going to achieve it, right? Very simply, thanks to the breakthrough of machine learning, it has provided us a huge potential and has opened up a huge potential of facial tracking method or the body motions algorithm. So it's now more practical, I would say, and can be implemented in the application of use. And now, for example, what I presented today is in ping pong. So, facial tracking. Facial tracking is a profound computing, I would say it's a profound computing process that even a micro movement on our face can be detected. And actually, the movement on the face, it carries its own principle and it carries its own meaning in itself. And we can recognize as facial action unit system. The facial action unit coding systems, we call it FACS. Actually, what it is? This is a system that actually split our particles, like our face, into different particles. For example, our nose, our lips, and maybe some of the muscles on the face even can be detected, and then we call it to a series of coding. And each of the coding actually represent the meaning of itself, can reflect with the combinations of all these coding can reflect our facial expressions. So, maybe you're going to ask, facial expressions, what is that? So from this video, we can see that the facial expressions of Zhang Jike actually is constituted by variety of micro expressions. And through machine learning, actually we can, our research in the facial tracking algorithm shows that we are able to track his face anatomy expressions. And actually, we can link that to the designated action code, what I just mentioned previously. By doing that, we can track and analyze the eyebrow degree, the direction of the movement, and also the direction of the head turning, even though the length of time of each expression can be detected. Facial expressions actually truly reflect our human behavior and our inner thought. And now this will be the very excellent features, I think. Why? Because today, all of you can be a master mind reader. You can read someone's mind. Isn't it very cool? Take me as an example. I've been living in China for 4 years. Until then, I still couldn't understand or I couldn't tell the art of communicating in China, especially in the business negotiations process. So I always imagine that if I have something like that, I can tell whether my opposition is telling me the truth or some of the body language, maybe that's a hint for me. So from the pictures above, there's two different faces, right? The right-hand side and the left-hand side. Can you tell which one is a sincere smile or which one is an insincere smile? By study, in fact, the muscle called zygomatic major. If you smile essentially, the muscle movement is going to be this part of your face. If you smile sincerely, the muscles below your eyebrow will be moved along with the muscles called zygomatic major. Even these micro expressions can be detected by our facial tracking algorithm. So it will not be missed by the future sixth sense. So facial expressions, again, is a truly reflect what our thought is, the truly of ourselves. So it can be implemented in the high decision-making process, the process that, without interruptions of our human subjective determinations. I agree. The next question maybe you're going to ask, is it enough? Yes, the answer is no, because the facial expressions tracking is not enough to confront the human complex psychological behavior. So what we're going to do with that? We add in the human posture. Human posture tracking. With the combinations of the human posture and the facial expressions, I think it becomes a very powerful features. So, by placing 17 feature points on our human body, through machine learning, we can measure the human's posture motions, and using oscillations and magnetometer as a directional evaluations to increase the accuracy of tracking the body that understand human body language. So, after we understand the human body language through the motion tracking, right? What's next? The next would be, through machine learning, we can slow down the tiny but compact motions into a different frame rate. And through this frame rate, actually we can measure, we can estimate the way he plays ping pong. We can predict his next movement. If we can predict his next movement, we can easily give us a predictions such as, from this one, we can see that it's a forehand spin is predicted. So, put this in a competition scenario. If, through machine learning, with the combinations of facial expressions and the motion tracking, you can predict the opposition next move at the best estimations. At the same time, we can predict and estimate the winning probability of your oppositions at the situations. So, we can choose the best game strategy to win the game. Isn't it very cool? So, today what I have presented so far is to sharing how we're going to use this machine learning in the facial tracking with the body motions that reflect our human behavior in the sports scenario. Sports scenario is just a very small puzzle of what we're trying to achieve. Because what we're trying to do is connect we, the human being, to the virtual world. How we do that? It's very easy. Human behavior has been studied over 100 years ago, and until then, it's still enhancing and still continuously study our behavior. So, human behavior linked to our mind, and our behavior can be tracked, can be analyzed through machine learning that transform our behavior to code. So what the series code can do, it can connect to the Internet of Things. By doing that, it will create another huge world because we are no longer alone. Is it sound familiar, this slide? We are no longer alone means that we are now connected with each other, including the smart device, what you can see around this room or even your home. I give you an example. Education. During education, teaching in the class, if we can analyze the student, how they react to the way the teacher teach in the class, and we can adjust accordingly. What happens? We can increase the efficiency of the teaching method. We can probably change the content of the lessons to fit to a specific student need. Automobile, driving. Driving, actually through the facial expressions and the posture to understand what your current situation is, actually we can probably alert the driver. Probably you need a coffee, or probably you need to pull over to have a rest or create any chaos on the road. Or maybe we can get the car to slow down to avoid any accident. What's next? Smart home. I think most of you will not be very familiar with the word smart home, right? Because I believe all of us have a Bluetooth speaker or even a smart home lighting system. Imagine, when you walk back home, you will play the music that suits to your mood. When you are sad, you're going to through the machine learning and track your body motions and your behavior to analyze that probably you are tired today. You have a bad day in the morning in the office. I'm going to play some music to brighten up your day, to give you a more relaxing night. There's so on and so on, so many examples can be applied because we are now connected to the virtual world, another new world. And do you think this is far from what we today? And what I want to share with you today is this is just the beginning. And the future is not far from today. Through connecting to the new world, we're going to have a better connections, more dynamic, and the richful new world through the future sixth sense. Thank you very much.